Oh, is that my... Hello, hello, hello. I'll just wait for a few people to attend. I think I'm live anyway, and I think I'm connected somehow. Yes, I can see myself. I can see myself. Jan Lee's here. Hello, Jan Lee. How are you? I am 2 minutes late, which is not too bad. Not too bad. We've got someone else joining us. Pauline, how are you? Little Millie's here as well. Hello, Millie. Nice to see you, everyone. Let's don't know what happened there. Let's go back. Okay. I think, Julia, there was a bit of a blip then. Could you send your request again to come on? So we've got the lovely Julia McNeil coming on, who's got some really exciting news, and that's why we're doing the live tonight, because we have exciting news for everyone who is interested in crafting. Oh, it says adding at the top, Julia, so hopefully you are adding and you will appear. You will appear any minute now. Oh, so hot. I've just eaten my dinner. But I'm really hot. Yeah, let me just put those there. I need new glasses because these are all dirty. Right, that didn't work. Julia, I'm just going to knock that one on the head and try and add you again. Could you send another requesting? This is how it goes on Facebook. And every time I say next time, I'm going to be using Restream. But I never do. In fact, well, I say that. I started to set it up today. And then I've totally forgot about it. It keeps breaking, says Julia. I know, yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it? Look, I was setting up Restream today and then totally forgot about it. So we're just going with Facebook Live, unless I can rearrange it and change it very quickly, but probably not. So we've got the little icon there at the bottom of the screen. Let's approve. Let's send the requests. It says 0 followers on the account that I'm trying to add you on, but you're here.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, I've had a day, so I was fully expecting that not to work.
First of all, hello, lovely lady.
Hello.
Have you had a haircut?
I have, yeah.
Very nice.
And it's got a bit touch of pink, so
I
we're all
like
good.
I like it. Matches your glasses.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, who said that? Hang on. Hi, Janice. Hi, all, says Jeannie. First time in a while. Hope signal lasts. It's blowing a gale. Yeah, there's lots of storm. I think it's the storms around the country. But anyway, lovely lady, why have you had a day and a half?
Oh,
Because I've had a day and a half. Why have you?
Oh no. So, well, we can share stories.
Yes.
So yesterday I was on Hobby Maker, which is in Birmingham.
Yes.
And I went down with the lovely Wendy and Rob, and then they dropped me off at Perth bus station because that's kind of where we split. They live more on the east and I live more north. And I jumped on a bus to come home to Inverness. Yeah, but I jumped on the wrong one, so I ended up going back down to Glasgow.
Oh, no. When did you realise?
I was about halfway through the journey because it had been a bit stressful getting on the bus, and the bus driver was like, your ticket doesn't work, and then he just threw my bags into the back of the bus and just sort of shoved me on, and I was just that relieved to be on the bus and getting home that I just sort of like had and then all of a sudden I'm like, nope, this doesn't look familiar, and I'm like, where am I? So yeah, ended up going all the way to Glasgow, had to get another bus to come back home, went to get on my second bus and realised that I'd left my jacket on the previous bus.
Oh no.
So I was just like, I'm like to Alistair going, I'm meant to be live with Janice at 7. Like, I'm busy trying to put my products on the website because I've done all these big announcements. It'll be up by 6. It's not.
Oh.
Because I've done half of it, and yeah, so it's been a fun day.
As long as you're home and everything is fine, then everything is going to be okay. The rest will follow.
Wait, so what about your day?
Right, okay. So we needed the windows resealing all inside. So we had new windows, but they weren't done properly. So they came to do them again. So I had to take all the blinds down last night, but I've got really bad back, and so has Jane. So it was quite comical trying to do that. Then they were here all day, and it was one of those days where I just needed to get on with my work, and I needed to do some voiceovers, but they were here. So I thought, well, shall I go and sit in my car and do it there? Then I just went into a small little room that we've got, and I did them there. And And it was just one of those days. And then I decided to mow the lawn, and then it started raining, but I needed to get the lawn finished. But I also needed to do the voiceovers and make sure they were okay. So it's one of those days. And then I forgot I had to go and pick Millie up, the dog, my little doggy. So I went to pick her up, and then the traffic was really bad. So we got stuck in traffic, and then I got stuck in traffic coming home. But I'm here now, and I've had a lovely dinner, and I'm talking to a lovely lady. So everything is
Yeah, I
fine.
still don't have my dinner, but never mind, it's fine.
Right, we've got something exciting to tell everyone. That's why we're here on a Thursday night,
Yes.
because it's something's happening next week. Tell us about it. Take it
Yeah,
away.
I had this idea. So there's this, because there's a lot that we're trying to do, you know, connecting with everybody and kind of pulling together as a community. And whilst all of these Facebook lives are lovely, and I watch a lot of them and I have a lot of them as well, I thought it would be nice to kind of create a feel of us all literally sitting in our craft rooms together and chatting like a craft group. So there's a thing I go to once a month in Inverness. It's called Drink and Draw. Best night of the month, in my opinion. So it's a whole load of us go up. It's held up at the college.
Yes.
And it's like a £5 entry ticket, and you can bring a bottle. And everyone just sits. Some people doodle, some people do other things, but it's so chill. And I was like, I really wish I could do this within my community. So I've decided to try it, but we're doing it on Zoom because I realised that not everybody can come up to Inverness. That would be probably a logistical nightmare.
I was going to say,
to get the wrong bus.
Yeah, I was going to say, to get the wrong bus, they'll all end up in Glasgow.
Yeah, and it's not. So I have put a price on it, and it's only £2.50. The reason for that being is because I would do it free if I could, but it's to have Zoom last for more than 30 minutes.
Yes, you have to pay
for a subscription.
Yes.
So in order to pay for the subscription to allow me to do this, I'm just putting as I say, a £2.50 price, and it's not a class, not teaching anything. It's literally bring your craft, whatever it is you're working on, and we can have a coffee or something a bit stronger if you wish, and we will chat. Now I realise for some people the thought of being on camera is absolutely terrifying, but for Zoom you don't have to. So you can actually turn your camera off, you can mute your microphone as well. So if you think, oh, I'd quite like the company, but that just terrifies me slightly, you can be on but not be seen.
But they can watch you.
Yep, so they can watch everyone else in the room. They can be they can listen to the chat if that's what they prefer. And then, you know, maybe they might be brave enough at some point to put the camera on, but if they don't, no pressure. There's no pressure at all. But I just thought it would be a lovely thing to try.
Sounds fantastic.
I'm hoping it's going to work.
So
I have one on Friday. We've got two on Friday. So it's next Friday on the 20th. We've got one at 11 o'clock. In the morning. I'll not be drinking wine on that one. That would be, I'll wait till 7. And
that's PM, everybody, not AM, just to clarify that.
11 AM, 7 PM.
Yes.
It would, I just thought it'd be really nice, and if you want to, we can show each other our work and we can get involved. And
I think it's a great idea. I think what we need to do is talk logistics of it for somebody that's never used Zoom before. First of all, what do they need to use Zoom?
So any device. So you can use your computer, you can use your phone, you can use tablet, anything like that. You just need the Zoom app. So when you purchase your little ticket for £2.50, you will get the email confirming it, and then you'll get another email with a digital download. It's the only way I could work out how to do it on my website. In that digital download, it gives you all the instructions on how to log into Zoom, and it also will give you a meeting number and a password. So you either follow the link that you're given, or you can download the app Zoom, and then so if you download the app, you could just go to join a meeting, and you would add in the meeting number and the password, and then you're kind of sat in a waiting room, and then I sort of let you in.
So that's Zoom right there.
Yep, it is.
And then it
looks like moss because it's back to front, but it is Zoom.
Maybe that's a new thing I can start. And you can if you're not signed in, you can sign up for it. It's free to sign up for Zoom.
Yeah, so
you don't have to pay anything.
You don't need the subscription. Only I need that. So it's only the person that's hosting it that needs the subscription. For anyone else, You can just download the app for free. You can join a meeting for free, so there's no further cost.
And
Yeah,
what would they see on the screen? So hopefully there's going to be lots of people involved, which is, you know, the community. Sorry, I'm just fiddling about with my camera. Which is the community you want to set up. You want
yeah,
the more the merrier, right?
absolutely.
So is there a limit on numbers? How many people you fit into a Zoom?
There's lots of numbers that you can fit. You can actually fit loads, but I
Okay.
have limited it to 20 on each one. Just
Okay,
because I
okay.
kind of think sometimes the screen can get very full and you can't see everybody, and also kind of like talking over each other. What you might find is I might randomly start muting people, but that's more because sometimes if there's two devices in a room, you can get weird feedback, or sometimes something like that might happen. So I might just mute someone and just go, sorry, so and so, I've just muted you because of, and
Yes.
then once something, I've noticed Wendy's on, she's going to ask me to tell you the shower story in a minute. But
Oh, I've not seen that comment yet. We will be. We will
she's
be.
not asked yet, but I'm sure she will.
Well, I'll be
She knows.
asking.
She knows
I'll
about
be
my day.
asking. So okay, I've signed up for Zoom. I'm good to
Yep.
go. It's not costing me anything. I've got a computer. I've got a smartphone. I've got a tablet. The day comes. I've got the link. I join. Will I see lots of other people on the screen if they've chosen to select their camera?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
that's basic. So that's why I thought it would be a little bit different to what we've all been, because we'll actually be able to see, like at the minute we can read everyone's comments, but we'll
Yes.
actually be able to see every person behind the comment, which I think
Nice.
is lovely. So there's still the ability to chat in a chat box. So if you don't want
Mm-hmm.
to show your face and you don't want to speak, there is still the ability to chat like we do here. It's just the same as
Yes.
we do here. But there's also the ability to talk face to face, show your work if you want to, problem solve, give ideas. It was just an idea. Of thought it would be. I'd love to have everyone around in my craft room and us all to have a little play.
I think it's
And
fabulous. I think
that's
it's a
kind of what.
great idea.
Yeah.
And because you do live way up in
Wait
Scotland,
there. Yeah.
it's difficult.
Yeah. I
I
live
guess
up
the
north,
people
not in Glasgow.
not in Glasgow, up north. I mean, it's okay for people that live around to come to you know, to a crafting cafe with you, but your audience, your fan club, your followers, your customers are nationwide. So it's
Yeah.
difficult for somebody down in Brighton to come all the
Yeah.
way up to Scotland, as it is, as we now know, difficult for you to travel as well. Unless you live in Glasgow, it's fine. She'll be
It's
there in a
fine.
jiffy.
Yeah. Wendy's like, oh my goodness, you're not safe on your own.
I think it's a terrific idea. So good times as well. 11 a.m. It gives people enough time to get up, have a coffee, settle in, find some craft supplies. 7 p.m. at night is also a good time. We're here. But what happens if I don't want to craft, but I kind of want to come in and have a look? Is it
Just
okay
pop
for me to
around and
take a space?
yeah, and you don't feel you have to be there the whole time everyone's on. Like you can just pop, like, and if you're a bit late, it doesn't really
Yes.
matter, because all that happens is your name pings up, and I just admit you whenever.
Well, that would suit me,
Not
you
like if
see,
you're
because
not
I'm always
there,
late.
bang on 7. It's
Yes.
fine. I mean,
Just like me.
I'd imagine we'll be chatting for about 2 hours. That's what I've
Yeah.
kind of got in my head.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
like any time up until 9ish, I'll let you in, even if you only want to come in for 10 minutes and say hello. That's absolutely fine. And I'd imagine that there'll be people that sort of dip in and out, depending on their circumstances.
So will people be following a certain craft trend, or is it just do your own thing
Do
and
what you
just
want.
chat?
Yes,
That's
you don't
nice.
even have to be a paper crafter. Like my daughter loves crochet, like if you want to sit and knit or do that, or just whatever you're working on, just
Bring it along.
bring it along.
I
And
like
if
that.
you don't want to, if you just want to sit and sip something and chat, that's absolutely fine too. So it's just kind of think like you would if you were going to a craft and natter sort of place.
Yes.
Exactly that, but we are online. And as I said, it means that we can see everybody and what everybody's doing as well.
You're not taking anyone's details.
Nope.
Nobody has to hand over credit cards or anything like that. It's just the purchase of the link and then that's done. So it's a safe place to be as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of security around Zoom and how to, do you know what I mean? Zoom, the platform, has a lot of security, and that's also for the meeting room and the password. So it's double locked. It's not like someone can sort of hijack it because they would need all those details, which they'll not.
Which is fabulous. Do I need to be a Facebook member to use Zoom?
Nope, you don't need to. You don't need to be on any other social media if you don't
Okay,
want to.
just need to have an email address, don't you?
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah,
email address,
perfect.
sign up, and then that's it.
It sounds exciting. So how can people buy the link? Where do they go? What do they do?
So if you go onto my website, which is jmcdesigns.co.uk, and if you look on the events page, you'll see, I think I've called it Craft Coffee and Chat, and you can see that there's the 11 one and the 7 p.m. So you choose whichever one you want to attend and just go through the payment process.
Sounds fabulous. I love it. How did your hobby maker show go
It went well,
after
yeah.
all of that?
After all, well, that was coming home. The shower was before.
Yes, we need to get onto the shower. Right. Hi, Jan. Right. Yes. Thanks for
Any
that, Wendy.
questions?
Shower. Shower, shower, shower. Let's just talk about the shower. Are we talking about a shower of rain, or are we talking about a
Well,
shower that
we're
you wash
staying in
yourself
a
in?
hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And in my room, I went to go wash my hair, and the hose of the shower did not fit into the fitting that should fit the hose of the shower. So they just had it dripped over. And so
Okay.
I went to put it in, and it actually physically would not fit into the bit that you hold it. And it was a lovely, powerful shower, which normally I would really enjoy a nice, powerful shower. But I'm having to sort of do it like this. I'm trying to wash my hair one-handed. And obviously, you know, you get soapy and it gets slippy. So I accidentally let go of the shower head, and it literally sort of like pinged all around this. All around this shower cubicle. It's batting off the wall and off the. I honestly thought something was going to break. At one point, it wrapped itself around my legs, and I'm trying to get it and shoving all this water in my face.
That's not good. That's terrible.
I was just kind of like, so I went down. I did go down and say to them, I was like, I'm making a complaint, but I'm not upset. I said it made a hilarious breakfast time story to share with everybody, but just in the interest of health and safety.
Yes.
I was like, I could have knocked myself out there and no one would have known till morning because I was in a room by myself.
Listen, those hotel showers can be a dangerous thing. They really can.
So it's been a fun couple of days.
Now, you've frozen on the screen of my phone, but I don't think you've frozen for everybody at home, because I can still see you on the computer. Let's just turn that down. That's how I can see what you're doing, because I've got my computer here, but you've absolutely frozen. But you're not frozen on
technology.
There you are. Look at that. Look at that. There's me and you looking at me and you.
It's amazing. Technology
is weird.
It's like one of those mirror things, isn't it? You know, those mirror
Yeah, where it all goes into like infinity. They always say that when you're using the cameras, you should do that. That's funny. I can see that there. So, Hobby Maker, the show went well. What did you have on the show?
I had a brand new collection, which I was so excited about. I've actually not been more excited about a collection than my first one. And you'll know what it's like now, Janice, to bring out your first collection.
I know. Oh my days.
How does that feel? Like, you know, when you get the concept and the idea and then you actually get the stamps in your hand. How does that feel?
Oh my days. The first time I was shown the stamps, I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe that the photos, even down to the blade of grass, was on that stamp. And my vision was there. It's exactly how I wanted it to be, but even better, if that makes sense. And it was so exciting, but also a little bit strange, because you're giving that out for people to use however they like. And I was a little bit nervous about that, but my goodness, there are some talented crafters out there. There really are. And isn't it a delight to see what people have done with
It's so exciting. It's one of my favourite parts. But yeah, so the excitement I felt was the same as the very first collection that I brought out. And I think it's because once you kind of get into this gig, you start kind of thinking, right, what shall my next collection be? What shall I do next? And so you almost think, right, okay, it'll be springtime, some bumblebees would be nice, and I'd maybe go and look, and I was like, oh, I've drawn this bumblebee in the past, that'd be nice, I'll draw a few more to bring it together. And I do enjoy that, and I'm excited about that. But this particular collection, I just drew because I wanted to. There was never a plan to release it as stamps. I was out in the forest, I was doing sketchbook dates, I was drawing these images, and I was actually like showing them to Louise Sims, going to absolutely love these, but they're not my usual style, and I think they're too detailed for stamps. but I've completely fallen in love with them. And then she looked at it and she said, oh, you could break it up here. So all the drawings were done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sort of put them together and decided to make stamps. And they were inspired by lots of walks in the forest, but also my granddad, because when I was 7, because I'm this old nowadays, that they do the book fairs that they bring into schools, and
Yes.
you get the books cheaper during the week of the book fair. Well, they piloted that scheme. That was the very first one they'd ever done. And my grandparents were on holiday because they're from Lancashire area, so they were visiting us up in Scotland, and my granddad had given me some money to go towards a book at the book fair, and I bought The Folk in the Faraway Tree. And it was the first book that I ever read in one night. And it sort of, I fell in love with reading. I fell in love with the stories. A lot came from that. And so it's very Folk in the Faraway Tree-esque. It's just, I don't know, the wonder and the magic of being in the woods. I'm just in the woods and it's just like, it just feels so magical. There's no other word for it. And every forest feels different.
Yeah,
and,
you're right.
And it's just, I really, really love it. I absolutely love this one.
Are they on your website now? Because I've just pulled up
They
your website.
will be.
Okay.
Because I got home at about 20 to 6 instead of 2:30.
Do you have them there?
There's been somewhat of a delay. Do I have them there? I will do if you give me 2 seconds.
Yep, of course.
The other room.
So here is Julia's website, JMC Designs. So I've just brought that up and I was just having a look at all the different stamps that Julia has got on there. And I remember when I first met Julia at, I think it was Hochanda or the craft store, one of the two. Anyway, I'll ask her, Julia, when she gets back. Yeah. I was just saying, Julia, I remember when we first met. Was it the craft store or Hochanda?
I think it's Chanda, probably.
Hochanda.
I think we worked together quite early on in my...
Yeah. And I remember you telling me that you just went for a coffee in Oundle once and just sketched up a whole stamp range. And I was always fascinated by that. I thought that was absolutely amazing to have that talent and ability just to sit down and just start to draw, and then you've got a stamp set out of it. That story will always stick with me.
Because I love a sketchbook date, so I love going to a nice coffee shop or sitting in the forest, and I don't know what it is about, but there's something that puts you on a real high, just painting and drawing in public. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's all the whole mindfulness things of the benefits you get of creativity, but then also the benefits you get of being out in nature and slowing down and observing every detail. And it's like the two worlds of those benefits collide, and you just come away feeling absolutely elevated. I love it.
I know what you mean. It's almost like you're sitting in, like the bird watching boxes that you have, and nobody can see you. When you're out there with a sketchbook or you're painting, or when I'm doing my photographs, I don't think that anyone else can see me. I feel like I'm in my own little bubble, but I'm seeing everything else. And there's something quite uplifting about that.
But I always think if someone comes along, because it's like I'm there sitting there like in the forest painting, and they probably look over my shoulder expecting to see the scene that is in front of you. Nothing like that. It might, because my friend was with me and she's like, but how do you do that? And I was like, but it is there. Like when I have to find the stamps, they're in one of these boxes. I haven't unpacked, but I'm hoping if I just keep going through these boxes, one of them will appear.
Keep going and you'll get there. Are you doing any of the craft shows that are around and happening?
There's no definite plans at the minute.
Okay. I'm doing Doncaster.
Ooh.
I know. I've said yes, and now I'm thinking, what am I going to do?
Oh, you're amazingly talented. Thing is, we've brought the craft out in you with these stamps, haven't we? It's
know.
You're actually, I'm seeing you doing all sorts of blending and things. Right, so for example, I've got a video on my YouTube where I actually kind of go through the range and all of this sort of stuff, and I've got the original photos. But so this actually was a tree in the forest.
Right, wait a minute, because I'm just going to have a look on my Facebook page. God, I look like I've got two black eyes. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and so this actual swirl, that was there in front of me. So the tree with this bit here and the bendy bit, that was in front of me. And then I sort of just start picking shapes out, and there's like a wee there's a wee sort of like fairy bump over here, and there's a bit there, and I'm like, oh, that would make a
Like
house. And
that.
I sort of like pull in all the shapes surrounding me and build something completely different. But for anyone walking past, it doesn't
Yes.
remotely look like anything that's in front of me, but in my head it is.
I think that's fabulous. Do you know what I love about your stamps as well? I love the colour suggestions that you have on the front. It
Yeah.
makes them really, really attractive. And you kind of almost know what you're going to do with them before you pick them up because you've got that inspiration on the front. Was that a
Yeah.
conscious decision?
Yeah, I love, well, the thing is I love colouring anyway, so to me it makes sense. But I've had
Yeah.
lots of people say it helps inspire them. This one here, it's a bit random. I drew that in a fish and chip shop. So I was away for my 25th wedding anniversary, and we'd
Yes.
gone to this. It is a really amazing fish and chip shop in St Andrews. It's well renowned for being amazing.
Yes.
You know, it's the sort of place royalty visited and whatnot. But I'm sat drawing, and at the back of the fish and chip shop, there was kind of like this window with these swirly vines, and so that
Yes.
I started drawing the vines, and then because I seem to be obsessed by these funny little houses and trees, I sort of stuck that in there.
I think they're
So
fabulous.
that was from being in the fish and chip shop, bizarrely enough.
Very good.
And
Very
there's the
good.
flowery tree.
Oh, they're lovely. And is that what flower is that?
I think it's not flower. We've got little houses,
Oh,
and then
nice.
we've got the toadstool, and then I don't know quite what these circle things are. They're in my head they're lights. Louise saw
Yeah.
got
What?
apples, so you can make them whatever you want them to be. Sorry, those ones.
Oh, yes, I get it. Oh, yes, those. Yeah, they could. Well, I tell you what, they'd be good at Christmas as well because they're like little baubles.
Like fairy lights on the trees.
Yeah,
I think it because I love all these, you know, like foresty pictures, and it's like it's quite dark, but then things are
yeah,
glowing.
that's
So
fabulous. Oh, what a great range. I'm not surprised I did really well at Hobby Maker.
yeah,
So
so
you're just loading them onto your website
yeah,
now.
they will
Okay.
be there once we have finished. I've got most of it done. I think I had about 4 more to sort, and then once I've
Yes.
done that, I'll ping them live and put a big
Press.
announcement out somewhere. But yeah,
Yeah, it's super exciting. Well, I tell you what, you're in great spirits
thank you.
for, after the day that you've had with all your traveling and the shower. So it's great to see, and it's super, super exciting
You
about
have to
what's.
join us, Janice.
Yes, I will. Yeah, yeah, I will. I will. Let me know.
Yeah,
When's the first one
I'll
again?
text you the details.
Text me the details. Text me the details. But if anybody wants to find out, will you be putting information on Facebook and all your socials?
Yeah, the information's up there, but I will do it again. So I will pop it up in the next. I'll probably keep mentioning it in the next few days. And the lovely Erica is doing a live tomorrow from Stampinori. So she's
Yes.
alive tomorrow where she's using these stamps with her new
Oh,
stamps. So I'm sure
oh,
she'll mention all the
lovely.
details in there as well. So.
Yeah, of course, of course. We'll keep getting that message out. Oh, it's been lovely to see you.
You
Hopefully,
too, Janice.
hopefully, I'll see you in the flesh soon.
Oh,
Some
that would be
sunny
amazing.
day, which
That
would
would be
be
amazing. We'll have
amazing.
to arrange that. Yeah.
Yes.
And I hope your blinds all get sorted.
Yeah, I've got to go and put them all back up now. I
Oh,
do have a show on Hobby Maker in July, but I can't remember the date. I think it's about the 19th or
I
something like that.
don't think I'm there in July. I possibly
Oh.
might be there in September again. I'm not sure.
You never know. You never know.
And
Hopefully,
then,
our paths
well,
will
the
cross.
thing is, I message them now and ask for Wendy to be there on the same day so that she can take me. So I just set a PS of like Janice there as well. So that's
Yes.
kicking me out. I keep making too many demands. I would like.
Here's my rider. This is what I want.
Yes.
Yes. Well, listen, you have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for
Yeah, you
joining
too.
us.
Thank you. And
Great.
thank you so much for being willing to like let
That's
everybody
all
know about
right.
this. I'm really excited and I really hope lots of people will be brave enough to join us.
Yeah, I hope so too. And of course, with the lives, people will be watching again tomorrow. So if you are
Yeah.
watching again tomorrow, you can watch this as many times as you like, find the information, and it's going to be super exciting when you go and do your first Zoom.
Yeah.
What's it called again? What's the collect? What?
It's craft. I think I've called it coffee, craft, and chat. No, chat,
Yes.
something like that. 3
Craft,
C's.
chat, and coffee. Coffee, chat,
Something
and
like that.
craft. You don't want to
Yeah.
get those words mixed up.
Yeah, it's coffee, craft, and chat. All of them
Yeah.
are in there, but I'm not sure which order. I think Alistair actually put it on the website for me. So
Brilliant. Right, we'll let you get off. Much love. Thank you so much for
okay,
joining
thank
us,
you so
Julia.
much,
Okay, bye.
Janice. Thank you.
Bye, bye, bye. Oh, well, isn't that fantastic? What a great way to get together and do whatever crafting you want to, but be sitting with other crafters as well virtually, which I think is a great idea. You know, the more the merrier. The more ideas we get, the more ways we can get together and do crafting would be fabulous. Right, now I did say I am going to be at Doncaster, and I am. I've got a stall at Doncaster. So I've got to set all that up. And next week I shall be giving away tickets to Doncaster on, let's see what the date is. Should I do it on Monday? What am I doing on Monday? I think Monday could be a good day. So I'll do live on Monday. Is it bank holiday? Oh no, is it the 16th? Why have I got? Yeah, I've got. Okay, so I've got that at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be done by 7. Right. So 7 o'clock Monday, we'll do a Facebook Live, and I'll be giving away tickets to Doncaster. So if you've not got your tickets yet, do watch. And I'll also have a code to get 50% off. I may launch it sooner than the live, but I'll be definitely giving away the tickets, starting to give away the tickets on Monday at 7 o'clock. So I'll join you then. So thank you very much for watching tonight. Have a lovely evening. I'm off to put all my blinds back up now with me back, but I'll see you on Monday if I don't see you before. Bye.